Okay, we're playing J Monkey, who is someone who I have played before. Should be in my spreadsheet. Solid hand. Nothing amazing, but can't complain. Let's see what I have J Monkey playing before. Third creature right off the bat, that's nice. J Monkey plays old school white green oath with the Phoenix at life gain cleric, whatever that's called. I can never remember. Um, Peace of mind, etc. um, exploration, good stuff. Definitely a pain. Good import's pretty dang good against City of Brass because I can always tap it down to deal me a damage. Generally the better color, but I'm gonna go get white in this instance. Just to get this familiar going, I have a few white spells in hand. Sphere of Resistance backed up by Wasteland and Rishad Import is a pain. Such a pain. I can cast the Wild Mongrel for 2. The Familiar, kind of nice against Sphere decks because it balances out. Potentially I can attack with a Wild Mongrel. They try to Treetop, and I swords it. But here the sword is going to hit either the Phoenix or that Cleric that gains life. Definitely this is rough. I beat this opponent last time I played them, but things are not looking great right now. Not going to discard. All these cards are foreseeably playable. I'm going to play up the City of Brass. They're going to port me a lot, but it is what it is. And this Oath is going to do me up. But I'm already 2 creatures in by the time I cast it, so I don't see a point in holding back creatures. Wow. They're going to gain so much life here. 6. Jeez. Ancestor's Chosen, that's what it's called. 56 life. This one is swordsable. The Phoenix, you can't really sword because I think it's got an activation that doesn't require mana. Black Vice. My deck is decent against Black Vice. I usually keep my hand low. Okay, well, let's use this for white. And swords this thing. Tapping. So. They don't have a ton of removal. I think they have swords. They're gonna get the Phoenix and be able to kill Meddling Mage. I don't even know if it's worth casting Meddling Mage. Just need to keep getting my lands out. I'm considering conceding because this deck hard to get 60 damage against this deck, especially since they play main deck. I think it's called Peace of Mind. That's what I have in my notes. Yeah, Peace of Mind, and where they discard lands and discard a land, pay. It's an enchantment for 1 and a white. They discard a land, paying white. That's the activation. White and discard a land. Draw 3. It's just a whole hassle to get through. I only have 1 main deck enchantment removal in the form of Ray of Revelation. I guess I could have countered that. I don't really know what they're going to do with 2 oaths, though. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't have main deck graveyard hate. They're always going to be able to sack this thing and then oath trigger, mill their whole deck, get a Gaia's blessing trigger, and shuffle this back in, and then the second oath will let them get the Shard Phoenix right back out. There's no point in trying to remove it until I've killed at least one of the oaths. 2, preferably. Does it matter if I attack? Does killing it do anything? I almost don't want to kill it. I really gotta think. Is there a point in me attacking, discarding a card? I don't have any of my flashback cards. Discarding a card, Shard Phoenix dies, but then they're gonna oath and then Guy's Blessing shuffle it in, as we already mentioned, and get it right back out. I don't see a point. And swordsing it is futile since I can just sack in response. And sure, I can swing then for 3 because I'll have to pump the Wild Mongrel to keep it alive, but just doesn't do anything. Meddling Mage is just too late right now. I have beaten this player with this deck, but yikes, I need the Parallax Tide combo right now. I don't have either half of it 14 cards deep into my deck. Huh. Oh, they're gonna be able to kill all my stuff anyway. Because he's gonna get back the Shard Phoenix right now. Yikes. That is no fun. Yeah, that sucks. Discard both cards to save Wild Mongrel, but this is just gonna keep happening. At least if I don't give them a creature, Oath isn't triggered. Bit of a holding pattern. I want to natty draw Ray of Revelation to kill both Oaths. This match is not gonna be fun. So great. I'm gonna concede. This is not going anywhere. They're just gonna be tapping me down, swinging for 3. I have such an uphill battle. Sabo's Web and Tormod's Crypt are great. Naturalize is great. Recall. I just got this. Interesting option. They don't have enough red for me to want to play Hydroblast. In fact, the only red might be the Phoenix, which I can't counter because it's never on the stack. And if I were to try to kill it in play, they simply sack it. So it doesn't really accomplish anything. Yeah, Meddling Mage. Kind of nice to get early, but just not reliable. Swords are nice against the man lands. Maybe we don't need all of them. I'll start with cutting 1. These other things are pretty good. They don't come in too hot with damage. Okay. 2 swords. So by cutting the Meddling Mages, this deck is already a little bit threat light. Quiet Specs for Roar of the Worms, Bantatog, Wild Mongrel, and then some number of Meddling Mages right now, 0. And I don't know if you noticed, I have a couple extra sideboard cards, so hope it doesn't come across as anything shady. We're just in the practice room, and I am practicing. Okay, we can keep this. Clear game plan. Won't be needing the swords. Definitely not soon. Quiet Spec is really nice because with the Tide combo, it's another. I have 3 Quiet Specs in the deck. They can each go get a Ray of Revelation, and yes, that will require an additional mana because Stifle is a nice way to make the Parallax Tide combo work. But if I have a Ray of Revelation in the yard, I can hold priority, put all the Parallax Tide triggers on the stack, and then Ray of Revelation it before any of those exile abilities resolve, exile activations. Yeah, so it's a little bit more of a roundabout way of getting the Tide combo rolling, but it works. So this deck has, depending on how you look at it, 8 or 9 enablers for Tide, not just the standard 4 stifles. And I think there's a white-blue Tide control deck that also plays some number of Sealed Cleansing. Obviously, Replenish and Replenish are probably the best Tide control decks, but this one's fun. Yep, definitely a bummer that they're tapping down the island, but got a nice draw right there. Gonna get one of each of these flashback cards. Prioritizing having blue mana, and they know that I need the blue mana. I can't get the worm out, and I have nothing to hit with Ray of Revelation, so I'm just gonna draw cards. Take some damage. That's alright. Can't cast everything. So I'll be able to get a 6/6 out here. Interesting how drastically different their hands can be game to game. My hand is obviously better, and I was on the play, so I'm feeling better, but their hand isn't doing anything, whereas last game, it felt like they had everything. That's magic. That's just the principle of the game, but Still. They're running this straight into my Ray of Revelation. And I might even be able, depending on what they tap here and depending on what I draw, I might even be able to pull off the Parallax Tide combo. Let's see. They're probably hitting, they didn't hit anything yet? They missed my upkeep and doing it in the draw, tapping City of Brass. So I will use that. Yeah, I'll use that to cast Ray of Revelation. I don't want that oath to trigger. Swing in with a 6/6. Get this show on the road. In a big pinch, I could use this Stifle for something other than the Parallax Tide combo. I need one more blue source. Feels like I missed a land drop that turn. Bummer. Okay, they're tapping out. We're going to be able to get them with Tide here. My discount affects more than compensate for this sphere. 3. So I'm gonna, even if they somehow, I'm gonna exile all their lands. I don't need to hold priority here. Even if they somehow destroy this enchantment, I'm holding up blue and 1 to Stifle. Love that. And they're kind of under their own sphere now. I played them very recently. I wonder if they remember how this matchup went down. That's right, they are getting this oath. Should I just Stifle the oath? I'm getting one more attack. They're gonna oath no matter what next turn. The life gain. Maybe I'll just Stifle Ancestor's Chosen. I don't care about the Phoenix. I can Stifle its ETB and then Swords. That is such a bummer use of the Stifle. Because I want to keep their lands gone. The Worm is bigger than both. I'm just going to let this go. And they're going to gain like 15 life here. More. If I Stifle this? There was no Gaia's Blessing. If I Stifle this, I mean, they don't have much going on. I'm Stifling this. I'll risk it. And it will be nice to Swords this thing. Stifle off the top would be amazing, so that in the following turn I can make sure the Parallax Tide combo works. No such luck. It is what it is. Alright, I'm gonna Swords this and put them on a 2-turn clock. Yes, they are gonna get the Phoenix, but yeah. Definitely flooding a bit this game. Flooding quite a bit this game. So they're gonna have all their lands back. None of which are Treetop Village. I forgot my land drop again. Yeah, they're gonna be able to block. They're really stuck though, under their sphere. They did not tap my anything down. Definitely flooding. This is brutal. We're on what? I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells. 6 spells and 10 lands. That is a bummer. I don't think, I mean, next turn they're going to get another Oath trigger. So they block here, whatever, Shard Phoenix dies. Next turn they get another Oath trigger, but it will just be a Gaia's Blessing situation. They won't get a Shard Phoenix into play because they only have 1 Oath. So I don't know what saves them. Treetop Village enters the battlefield tapped, so they won't be able to block with it next turn. I love that the walls survive the Shard Phoenix. Just another nice little bonus. Oh, they shoot their own sphere. Interesting, because they recognize that I'm flooding. They're not. Oh. Alright, so they don't get a creature here. They get a draw. No white mana to Swords my Worm. If I win this game, it'll be nice to know I can beat this deck despite not having amazing draw. Solid draw. Nothing solid. Despite flooding, my cards that I got were actually solid. Do I change anything? Meddling Mage is so weak to Shard Phoenix, yet it can stop Oath in the first place. Sometimes. I think I'm just gonna send this back. Is there anything I don't like? I like Hercules. I need to never get Salvo's Web against these decks. Probably because I'm only on 1, but yeah. This player also plays Black Vice. I've been beaten just by Black Vice, Sphere, and just mana denial, wastelands and ports. No fun. Didn't like type of game where you don't cast a spell, you just get hit for 3 and go to clean up every turn. Black Vice and Sphere, just complete prison. My mana base kind of asks for it. I think I need to take out this Riftstone Portal and make it a Plains. One more basic and one less card that requires sort of graveyard action. This is keepable. We cast Exploration and Wasteland. Fortunately, I have one basic. 2. That's great. I can even Stifle if need be. But not if they play Sphere here. This player often does not give me the opportunity to sword the man. I just haven't really had that come up. I did Stifle this Powder Keg recently for the win. Double Wasteland, they outnumber my Stifle. Kind of a bummer. But they don't outnumber my basics. I'm going to give them this little bit of bait. Let's see what they want to do. See what they want to do. Yeah. If they kill it, great. Then my basics can make green, which I would love. I'm going to guess they're building up to put 2 counters on Powder Keg. A lot of my good cards are 2 mana. Yeah, I gotta do something about this. I'll eat this. Please wasteland me. Yikes, that was a crazy misclick. And it gives them information. That's embarrassing. Total zone. Clearly didn't. Well, maybe the Monolith will hit a Sphere and I'll be happy. Yeah, by tapping colorless and blue after fetching for an island, it definitely reads that I have Monolith. Or whatever, prohibit, arcane denial. Yikes. Why did I misclick, but it gave information? Another one? Do I care? By killing this, I give myself more chances to just draw the 2 Ray of Revelations to hit this or quiet spec. Alright, well, we got one. I suppose I would have a creature out now and they'd be casting this and I wouldn't have anything for it. So arguably, I'm in a better position than I would have been if I had countered the first one. And they're doing me the favor of hitting that, which I love. No, I don't want to stifle that. I don't mind having that in my yard. Because now my basic islands and plains can make the green that I need. Wild Mongrel doesn't feel like the right play. Just putting it out, giving them all sorts of stuff. They're going to gain more life than I can deal. Stifling it and then swordsing it, and then they get infinite Phoenixes. Didn't work out for me game 1. I'm just going to keep passing. I'm going to go get that Ray of Revelation. I'm hitting my land drops, so a Sphere isn't going to ruin me. I am low on time. That's one consideration. Interesting. They're going to get 2 land drops here. I have a lot of draws from this. Black Vice will make those draws painful. So bad. They end up drawing so many cards, and with Undiscovered Paradise returning to their hand, they always have things to discard to peace of mind. Maybe they're off white. Maybe this is some red build. No, they're still on white. I see Risk Grove. Not that that's always indicative of the 3rd color being present in the deck. Layer lands, but still. Okay, Oath of Druids. Out the wazoo. I have to keep track of how many basics I have left in the deck. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. And I get to draw here. This Grove of my own. Yeah, I'm gonna Ray of Revelation them in their end step or in response to Wasteland or Sphere, whatever. They are gonna draw so many dang cards off this one. Undiscovered Paradise works well with it. This isn't really the type of deck that mills people out. I do have a Tormod's Crypt, so I could potentially exile both their threats. That's a consideration. Okay, let's go get Highlands. Don't need Plains when I have Riftstone Portal in the yard. I've yet to see graveyard hate from this player. This will be the third oath I've dealt with. Altogether, it'll be 3. Safe to cast my creature, but I would hate to get burned by them having their 4th oath. I wouldn't be surprised if they have it. Does this bother me? No. Okay. I only have 1 planes left in the deck. No more flooded strands, so this strand will not be dead. Alright, we're gonna risk it. Wild Mongrel. They are able to cast the Phoenix right now. So I hope they don't have it in hand, and I definitely hope they don't have the 4th oath. And yeah, I forgot about the powder keg. If they decide to blow it up, I may want to Stifle, but honestly, Parallax tied with Stifle is really my blowout option. 6/6 is kind of tough for them. Pretty happy to have gotten rid of 3 oaths. Love to draw Tormod's Crypt. Drawing 2 cards a turn because of their Horn of Greed. Quiet's back. Naturalize. Interesting. That will hit their next oath. Okay, another Stifle. So I could use this Stifle on Powder Keg. Definitely need to be careful of Black Vice. Just gonna hit for 2, unless I should anticipate a Black Vice and maybe discard a couple in advance. I have all my colors. I'm gonna just discard 1. See what they want to do about that. Turn it red just for kicks. I will definitely, not definitely, I will Stifle if they try to Powder Keg the Mongrel. All good. Very low on time. They're just bouncing their Undiscovered Paradise just to get additional draws off of Horn of Greed. I can't F6 because I need to watch out. Make sure I can respond to this Powder Keg. Another Horn of Greed. Brutal. Huh. So maybe this Naturalize hits a Black Vice. They're drawing so many cards each turn. If I get the Tormod's Crypt out, I could definitely consider letting them oath themselves to 0. I don't know. Just some sort of... Yeah, I need to hit the guy's blessings. Hitting just 1 isn't worth it. I think they played 2 or 3. Jeez. Yeah, they could cast one of their 2 creatures easily. I have draws for days. I'm going to be drawing 3 a turn. Swords on my Mongrel is a bummer. Nothing to do there. This is sort of that threat density issue I was mentioning while sideboarding. By taking out Meddling Mage, I really drop my threats. I'm definitely due for a Worm or a Quiet Spec at this point. I've only found 1 of all my threats so far. Okay, Quiet Spec. You know what? Let's go get that Plains. Oof. I don't want to tap it because then it gets wasted. The fact that they swords the Wild Mongrel also indicates that they don't have drawing enough. Indicates they don't have Oath in hand, but so does the fact that they didn't cast it. Play a land this turn? I don't think so. Nope. Okay. Let's float. Definitely low on time. Okay. Oops. See what they think about these 6/6s. Black Vice would be a boomer. 6 for practicality reasons. Okay. Oh. City Brass. F6. 2 swords. We've gone through 2 of their swords. If I wasn't a slow MTG player, I'm still fairly new to MTGO. I think we'd be in decent shape in this game, but yeah, it's gonna be hard. We have 1 6/6 in the yard. That's it. Some number of 3 wild mongrels on the deck, and that's it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to mill him out before my time runs out. Yeesh. Yeah, what did Guy's Blessing target? Oh, put my Ray of Revelation and Worm back in my deck. I'm not upset about that. Tells me they don't have removal out of those 13 cards in hand, but Dang. Okay, they got back to their oaths. Yikes. Yep. Yeah, I don't mind my worm being back in my deck, nor the rare of revelation. Okay, sphere, don't love it, but not really doing that much right now, especially without the worm in the yard. They are discarding 5 cards to clean up. Naturalize and 4 lands. Supporting me. Yep, that's fine. I gotta watch out for black rice, for sure. Ooh. I don't have, this costs too much. Wow. So I'm also going to clean up? I hate to do that, but I don't know. Oh yeah. Just burning time. Cleaning up. I'm holding up Stifle for whatever reason. I don't know. Dust Ball. Don't want my mana to dwindle too much, because Parallax Tide is still a potential out. There's 4 in the deck and I haven't seen any. They're at 16 cards. That is crazy. Kinda wish I had Stifled that, not gonna lie. Okay, they've got some graveyard 8. Play land and F6 as fast as possible. Is that my out? Fear, bummer. They're gonna port me. There's an oath. They're discarding 2. Yep. They're gonna port me. Nothing I can do except play lands. I can't cast this deep analysis. I can cast. Ooh, I can cast a lot of these things. I don't want to play a creature. I just want to naturalize sphere. Green, colorless, and 1. Yeah, I don't want to play a creature at this point. I get to F6 in their turn. We're not milling them out. But yikes, they are asking for trouble with this situation, this setup. Okay, we are F6. Yikes, they're at 7 cards. Why are they playing lands? They're 5. I guess they can just Gaia's Blessing for Gaia's Blessing over and over? Yeah, they did target the Gaia's Blessing. I guess they just do that. Oh, they killed their Horns of Greed. Interesting. Yeah, I guess they can just Gaia's Blessing over and over. They might even be doing that right now. 1 in a green in the pool. So they don't, yep, they never mill themselves out. They're just Gaia's Blessing, targeting Gaia's Blessing and 2 random cards. It doesn't matter. In this case, it was Wasteland and Sphere. So yeah, I will continue not to be able to play stuff. And yeah, we know there's a Gaia's Blessing in the library. Huh. It is a powerful deck. It is not fun to play against. Most powerful decks aren't, but this one in particular. Spend a lot of time sitting around, spend a lot of time not wanting to even cast my creature. That's the nature of Oath. I'm an Oath fan, so I'm not gonna. They use a banking new powder keg to kill my Mox Diamond. Yep. Okay. I was kind of forgetting about their Gaia's Blessings and starting to have a sliver of hope, but yeah, there are multiple Gaia's Blessings. They can always just get them back. And now, without Horns of Greed in play, they're not really at risk of milling out preemptively. I could, with a combination of Monolith and Tormod's Crypt, I could potentially catch them, but I have not been drawing those. Okay. Yep. I don't know how good this is even, but I'm gonna take out some of their lands here. I'll take out the things that mess with my lands. The Dust Bowl and the 3 ports. Little lag going on right now. Nah, just waiting for opponent to tap stuff. Okay. Yep. Good. If I can untap with the Parallax Tide, I'll get rid of some lands. But that doesn't win. Yep. Especially with that. Alright, good games. Big games. Tough match. This is definitely a tough match. It's winnable, but there's narrow windows. I don't think I played perfectly tight. Even missing that monolith didn't really punish me. I think there were just other sort of lines and approaches to the whole matchup that I could have taken. I didn't get my Parallax Tides, which are good against them, but I did get my basics, so yeah. In some ways the draw was fine, in some ways the draw was suboptimal. Good games.